excited to introduce her. She is a comedian that has been here many, many times and does not know who Vote for Pedro is. And if she did, she would laugh because it is very funny to me. And I think she would find it humorous as well. You guys give it up for Liz.
Thank you, thank you. So I'm glad that Janice appreciates my smile because I've spent a lot of money on my You know the thing you put on your window so flies don't get in and they come in anyway? That's how strong my teeth are. People told me to put my money where my mouth is, so I did. You got a trip, I got a root canal. You got a Corolla, I got crowns. I don't smile because I'm happy. I'm showing my investment. You have a retirement plan. I have a smile that I'm still paying for. It's not even a toothpaste ad type of a smile, but it's there and it's functional. People tend to be afraid of a dentist. I want one locked in my basement.
Yeah.
A true love and hate relationship. I love having nice teeth. They hate being locked up. I can eat a lot of food, tacos, sushi, pizza, except gummies. I cannot have gummies. How do I know? I had one last Easter. It took out a crown. It creates a suction effect that can detach the strongest crown. You didn't know? I didn't know either. Most expensive gummy ever.
Oh.
Was it a pot gummy?
I would have been happy afterwards instead of just being anxious. My dentist left town without warning. That can't be good. My new dentist said she wouldn't leave. I have it under contract. It's our pre-dental agreement. The first thing she told me is that my tooth was plastered with resin. If you don't know what it is, that means you were blessed with healthy teeth. Good for you. Resin is like the acrylic of nails, the spackle of walls, the bondo of cars. The problem is still there, but at least it looks good. My new dentist won't know the cost until she removes the resin. It's going to be a surprise for both of us. For her, if she's getting the steak or lobster dinner. For me, it'll be the difference between adding water to the shampoo, to the milk, or the gasoline. Fun fact, cars are not like humans. They start coughing if you add water. Yeah, car, you're coughing, but did you die? I'm in the waiting room at the new dentist. No magazines, no TV, no music. That's psychological terrorism. They're leaving me with my thoughts. Ruth Canil, needles. I hate needles. It's like getting micro-stabbed by someone with a license to do it. Silver lining, it comes with anesthesia. It's for my own good. It's like you are giving me the choice between hitting my hand with a hammer or shooting it. Can I go? Is that an option? So for now, I will go because that's my time for today and my name is Liz Chavez.
Nice job, Liz. Nice job, nice job. All right, so this means nothing. We're just establishing, we're just learning like what on stage time feels like. So yeah, we're at 4:42. Nicely done under that 5-minute mark. Great. So very confident and measured performative pace. You were not in a rush. You shared each of your jokes and let them land. So great, right? So so structurally, what I want to add in is just add in, because you acknowledged the light. I didn't hear you say something like one more thing before I go, or just emotionally prepare the audience. Just add that in when you see the light. Say something like, I'm going to get out of here on this, or something like that. You did a great job closing. So that's like the structural stuff. So as we're going through here, I like that your opening line was folding in Janice's response. So you're like, I'm glad Janice thinks I'm like, you incorporated another comic into it. And then you went into your whole like smile piece. So I would look at screen. So I like when you were talking about the screen, you're like, what's that thing in the window that doesn't let flies, or is not supposed to let flies in, but still does? That's like my teeth. So I want you to go further into that. Why? Why is it like your teeth? Because stuff gets stuck in your teeth, but you're still able to eat? Or like what specifically, like you are talking about your teeth, right? Okay, cool. So your teeth are like screen windows because they are supposed to keep other stuff out of your mouth, and they do not, right? So you can have some fun with that, with like, yeah, I walked right by this cheesecake, and guess what? My teeth did not do their job. That cheesecake was in my face so fast, right? Like, way to go, teeth, way to blow it. So like that's like a fun way to take make your teeth wrong for a choice that you're making, right? Also, how else is a screen like your teeth? Things get stuck in them. Sometimes, like a dog can headbutt, not seeing the screen there, and tear the screen and get stuck in it. There's like different ways. Like sometimes you have to try to patch a screen. Like, what are the ways in which your teeth are like a screen, and then play with that and get some act outs in there. I like that you were talking about they're there, but they're there and they're functional. I love when you were talking about, you got a trip, I got this, a wisdom tooth removed. You got a Corolla, I got a crown, or, like phonetically, that's a nice little, it's like, yeah, I'm smiling. You see my teeth. It's not because I'm happy. It's because I'm showing off my investment. I like that. That's just great. I think if you add some act outs after that, right? Like maybe someone's giving some bad news and you're like, you know what I mean? Like that'd be right. It's like, find ways that like would be really inappropriate for you to be smiling, right? And you can switch it up too. It's not just the same smile. It's like a side smile. It's this side. It's a three quarters, a full. Like find a way to switch it up. A, B, 3, right? But it has to be like increasingly devastating news. To whatever you choose. But that's because then you really want to use the act out to show off your investment. I love the idea of having a dentist in your basement. Like he's on call all the time. I say he, but it could be either, right? I kind of want you to go into that further. Like how would you treat this dentist locked in your basement, right? Like would you give them like food but no popcorn, right? Like what are the things, like dentistry based things that you could do for a dentist that's locked in your basement? Like I only give him paper clothing. I only, like when he's chilly, I give him a blanket and then a little tiny metal thing with clamps on the side so that he can keep it on, right? Like what are all the things that do the Venn diagram exercise? What are things that if you were holding someone hostage, you might do for them? and then how can you make that reflective of a dentist chair, right? Like what, that is such a fun, joke rich bit. So I want to see you really delve into that. And that could almost be its own, its own bit. Sorry, my back is a little, geez. My dentist left town with no notice. That can't be good. I want to see more about that, right? It's like, is he trying to did he do a bad job or something? Like, is he trying to flee? Or perhaps did he have like gangsters that invested in his business and now he's trying to like, did he fail at paying them back? Like what happened there, right? Give us some ideas. And the new person that you have, I like that you said a pre-dental agreement, like a prenuptial agreement. Make it sound more like prenuptial phonetically. It should sound like prenuptial. So maybe it's like what's a word that means that could be dentistry related that sounds like nuptial, right? Like figure out something that makes it sound like that. Or you could just lay it out like, yeah, instead of a prenup, we are going with, whatever that phrasing that you find so that people make the correlation. Good for you. You're salty ass. Good for you. That was a fun act out to watch you do. You're like, oh yeah, good for you. That's great for you. I like that for you. It's awesome. Right. I'm like, most of us have to weather a storm, but I'm glad that you get to skip that. Like really play that out because it's a fun thing to watch you get salty. Water to. I don't know what that means. Water to. Oh yeah, you add water to, right? Car, gas, cough, die. Yeah. How many of those did you have?
I had 3 like things to add water to.
Mhm.
And then with the car, it was just it coughs, but like I'm talking to the car, but did you die?
But yeah, that worked. That got laughs. That was good. I'd leave it alone. Yeah, I just like the idea of watering things down. And the car was the third one, which is good because then you went into that. So that's good. Yeah, it's watering down, right? Like when you're adding water to it, you're watering down. Is that back me up just before that bit? What was the setup? Is it like you're trying to save money?
It's because since it's a surprise how much it's going to be, when I know the price is going to be the difference between watering down shampoo, milk, or gasoline.
Ah, gotcha. I didn't catch that part. I would make sure that that's a very like, hey, the price point, that's the difference between me having to water down some milk or blah, 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 or worse, gasoline. I mean, sure, my car doesn't love it, but I'm like, did you die? Right? Like make sure that you create that distinction because it's strong. And that did get a laugh. So I don't want you to mess with that. But yeah, I think that's good. It's a good set. It's a fun set. Yeah, keep working on this one. All right. Nice job, Liz. Let's see here. Next up, we have